I need a theme song again. I need a theme song again. You think I had some music, but no. I don't know where I'm going. There we go. Oops. Forgetting what I'm doing. Ah! Hello! Oh, there is a light. Is that a light? That is. That's an uncomfortable light ahead of me. Oh, this is what I get for trying out a new spot. Ha ha ha. Good morning. Good morning. Look at branded t-shirts. I don't know if I've worn one on video before, but I got these this summer. I got two. So one can be in the wash and one can be on me. I don't wear them every day. I actually forget because, of course, they're not black shirts. I have to reach for the actual color in the wardrobe and pull that one out. Or, as I said, all my shirts match all my pants, so I can get dressed in the dark and don't have to worry about it. Pull out a shirt, pull out a pair of pants. It'll all match. Mostly because it's black, charcoal, ebony, gray, dark gray, midnight. You know, I have variety in my wardrobe. Anyway, if you're just tuning in, hi, I'm Andrea, the crazy lady in the shed. It's not really a shed. It's a big ass shed if it was a shed. But anyway, the name wasn't taken, so we picked it. It's the Quilting Shed in Fredericton, New Brunswick. And if you're a fabric nerd, you've tuned in. Also, you think I'm funny for some reason. It's a dark sense of humor, but it's one we live with. I know, right? I have got, don't swear, don't swear, don't swear. I have got an amazing amount of things that came in to show you and tell you. Not a ton of new fabric collections, but that's okay because I hear from some of you, it's like, oh my God, I got enough fabric. What am I doing in here buying fabric? I'm like, can I interest you in a notion? Can I help you out with a way to use up that fabric? Yes, yes, I can. And the first item on the agenda for all you fabric nerds, I love you so much. Panel sale. So I was doing this thing. It's doing a thing, channeling Alexis. So I was doing a thing and I put the panels on sale because honestly, if you saw the picture on our Facebook page, which you should like and follow if you haven't already, if you saw that picture of all the panels piled on the table by size, we dug them out off the shelf. We dug them out off the bins in the back. We dug them out of places I forgot existed. And I mean, we've only been here 3 months, so, and I've got a memory like a gnat. But anyway, thank you, Bonnie. Yes, pink is my color. We dug out all the panels, put them on the table, and Snowy counted them all. Guess how much we got, Mom? And I'm like, I don't know, 250? Oh, no, higher than that, Mom. It was something like 318. And then I was like, oh, wait. We've got more over here. We forgot about these ones and we forgot about those ones. And then I checked the inventory spreadsheet. Yeah, individual. There's however many styles of panels that we have. And then there's multiples of each style of some of them. So the grand total was, oh, a lot. It was over 400. And I have 2 or 3 kinds of panels that we have tons of that we still have like extra bolts of for some reason, because even our fabric suppliers couldn't give them away. So buy them for very, very cheap. Jenna can't decide if I took my meds or not. I did, but also maybe not mix them with the Dr. Pepper. I'm just saying. We all have our coping mechanisms in this world. At least it's not drugs. Well, at least it's not illegal drugs. Anyway, yes, over the top this morning. Of course, you want to wake up. I got here. When did I slide in? I showed up to work at like 15 minutes before the video, but I was smart yesterday. Also, I had supervision and got things ready. Where was I? Do we even care anymore? We have a panel sale. A ton of the panels that I am so tired of looking at are marked down to $5 because if I could clear out them by half, that would be freaking amazing. Freaking amazing. You could do your part. That would be awesome. So you can go on the website down in the description below, or maybe it's above, or maybe it's off to the side, or maybe it's over there. Who knows where it is? You could be watching this live. You could be watching this later. You could be watching this on Facebook or Instagram, or no, not Instagram. I don't push it out there, do I? I wonder if I could do that. That would be weird. Or YouTube. That was the one I was thinking of. And God knows where the description winds up, but anywhere where there's text and there's links in there, I put a link to the panel sale, and I've conveniently made it so that when you land on that page, click that link or tap it if you're on your device. Tap it, and you go to my website, the actual website where you can shop for things, and it'll show you all the panels that we have. And they are all on sale, even the new ones. And I was like, crap, I said I'd have a panel sale and I just got in some new ones. That one hurt a little. The newer ones are only on sale a little bit, but they're still on sale. The older ones, deeply discounted. If they've been around longer, they are pretty much down to $5. Some of the ones that haven't been around as long are down to $10, but they're all amazing deals. And I have 2 ancient ones. Some of you might recognize this. Some of you long-term fans might recognize this. There's only one of each of these, and I would super duper love you forever if you bought one. Ta-da! It is the Nordic Christmas. If you like a Scandinavian style Christmas, this one is for you. If you have recently signed up for the newsletter, you got a free pattern when you signed up. And in that free pattern is how to make a lap quilt out of a panel. And if that's not motivation for you to sign up for the newsletter, if you haven't already, well, there you go. It's a panel sale. And I literally give you a free pattern on how to make a lap quilt with a panel. And this was in my example photo. I'm a giver that way. And this one's only like $5 and there's only one left. So if you want it, click the button and buy it, or come by and get it. The other one is the Life is Better at the Lake. Ah, ta-da! And I have it on good authority from some quilting friends of mine who like to do their own little retreat. They're at a lake right now. I don't know if they're watching. If they are, they're probably peeing their pants laughing, but over their coffee. They're going, oh my God. Lisa's like, oh my God, Andrea, calm down. Life at the Lake panel. That would look great out at the cottage, or for somebody who who does have a cottage. Life is better at the lake. I hear it's nice and calm out there, away from the chaos. Can I join you, please? I would like to run away. Bonnie says she never knows what to do with panels, which is good you mentioned that, because I also found all the panel patterns that we had in the shop. And I marked a bunch of them down too. I can't remember if I posted the picture yet, but if I didn't, I will later today. So we have a lot of older panel patterns that I marked down. The only thing wrong with drinking all that Dr. Pepper is burps. I'm so sorry. Shipping to the States, outrageously expensive. Not outrageously. I would just charge you our fat. I would figure it out, Heidi. You can message me later and I'll take your postal code and whip up an example and pick an average and see what we can come up with. Panel patterns. So we had a bunch of panels patterns in stock. Marked a bunch of them down. If you're a keener, you can go to our website. In the panels section, not the panels, the pattern section, there's too many words that begin with a P this morning. Click on the menu item that says patterns, right where it says shop here. You tap on that in the drop down menu, and then you say patterns, click on it. And then you'll see the patterns that are on sale too. but just the patterns. There are ones with panels. Now, some of them that I have were designed with a specific panel in mind. So you might have to use your imagination to see how you could put another panel in its place and just use that same sort of idea with a different panel. It can be done. Sometimes you just have to find the right mix. Which leads me to something I forgot. I did get in some newer panel patterns, but I will show you some of the ones that aren't panel patterns. I know. I will post a picture, I promise. I did get in some new patterns. I've talked about panels for 10 minutes. Let's move on. I got in some new patterns and I'm super excited because I really love these patterns and they are dirt cheap. You should collect like a ton of them. These are the Villa Rosa Designs pattern cards. I put up a wee little shelf that holds a bunch. I got a bunch that are all panel centric. So it's just a little bit more than slap a border on. Slap a border on with some interesting pieced details so it doesn't quite look plain. I know you want to do some exciting things. And I also want to point out, if you need to practice your free motion quilting, and if you're learning how to free motion quilt, you need to practice. I need to practice. We all need to practice. Everybody needs to practice. But panels are amazing for that because you just start outlining all the details. Just do that. You don't have to figure out where to go because you're just tracing. You're just tracing the lines that are on the panel. Just do it. You're making it for a baby. They don't care. As long as it doesn't snag their little toenails, they're good. But we did get in the Villa Rosa Design pattern cards. This is just a few of them. I got a metric butt ton, including a ton with patterns. And these are $3 a piece, which is nuts. I didn't list them all on the website. Sorry, you're going to have to come in for these. But I love them because they're cheap. And they're cheap and they're easy. Don't make a joke. Don't not make a joke. I have done this one before, the Cat City. This is cute. It is fun. It makes a lap size quilt. And it just takes a bunch of fat quarters. So each one, it tells you on the back. I'm just going to flash them quick because that's the whole thing. We want to respect the copyright owner and not broadcast their directions. But yeah, you could even do this with scraps. These are great. Yeah, I know. That one, and I took out, very timely, the Pumpkin Hollow Runner. This is done with a lot of orange scraps and 2 fat quarters, 3 fat eighths. I bet, since this uses a bunch of 2.5-inch strips, you could use some leftover jelly rolls. Also a nice present runner that uses a bunch of strips. Oh yeah, look at that. I'm reading the back while I'm showing you. And that was a Christmas one. And this is another fat quarter one with Christmassy fat quarters. I can hook you up. That would look really nice in some of our Christmas fabrics that we have. Now these were just the extra ones that I thought you might enjoy. And as I said, we had a bunch of panel ones I hung up over by the panels. And I've got a whole other handful of just like lap size, regular-ish size quilts in with the other panels. I also thought it was super funny because the names that they give, I sent to my oldest pattern. She doesn't quilt, but I took a picture and sent it anyway because it's called Addison and that's her name. The Addison quilt. Mom, would you make me the Addison quilt for me, please? Love, Addison. We laughed. We laughed, we cried. It was a great time. Get you some kids so that when they're adults, their love language is memes. Did they send me a Dr. Pepper meme last week? Yes, they did. All right. Let's talk about some new stuff. And Jenna's still around. Jenna, you're going to love these. I got some jelly rolls in. This is the Ruby Star Society Spooky Darlings. Look at this. Just in time for Halloween. I believe this one's only $60. Look at this. Look, this is yellowy green. I am in love with this color. So this is from Ruby Star. This is a jelly roll with really super cute, nice prints from a bunch of their designers, I think. A collaborative collection. Yes. So 60 instead of the usual prices. And And I also got a bunch of these are 60, I believe. Winter Glow from Ruby Star. It's very pretty with some blues. These I don't have the pictures up yet. They are in inventory, but the pictures are not on the site. So yeah, Jenna, look. 2 Ruby Star Jelly Rolls. I know. I'm good. Anna Marie loves Jelly Rolls. Good, because I like got a pile of them right here with my super duper cart, which is basically one of my rolly chairs with a box of notions on it in my attempt to be neat. And actually, if you were in the car, if you were in the shop in the past few days, it's basically a box I haven't been able to put away yet. Road trip, definitely, because this one is Moda's So Wonderful. It's so cute. It's all the sewing designs, but it's the pastel pinks. The pastel pinks and the aquas and the cute little peaches. It's adorable. Look at how happy does this make you look? Isn't that nice and calm? If you are lucky enough to have a nice sewing room with maybe a recliner or a cozy chair, wouldn't this make a great little nap quilt while you cuddle in your recliner in your sewing room, browsing Pinterest for sewing patterns? So what one is this? Darlings 2, did I say that? Oh yeah, look, that's 3 Ruby Star. Oh my God, this is Darlings 2, another Ruby Star one. Nice and modern, nice and bright. This, magenta, totally my favorite colors. I don't know how you would figure that out, that it's one of my favorite colors, but yeah. So sometimes when people say I don't like ordering fabric online because I'm not sure what I'm getting, and so on my website I really try to be descriptive, even though I feel like I fail at half of it. But and people say to me, well, how do you order your fabric? And sometimes fabric reps come to see me, and sometimes they send me catalogs, but they release everything online. And sometimes their websites aren't the best because they don't have a huge audience because they're just selling to quilt shop owners. So sometimes, like these jelly rolls, they might have a little bit of a sale, and sometimes I get a little enthusiastic and I can't quite see what's on there, but I recognize that it was a Bunny Hill, and Bunny Hill is cute. I like their designs, and it looked good, and the picture had some nice blues that you can see here. But when it got here, what I couldn't see online was it had a bunch of American flags. So this Canadian quilt shop now has some Americana themed Bunny Hill designs jelly rolls. Maybe you have a friend in the States that you want to make a jelly roll quilt for. So that was kind of a, oh, look at sheep with flags. Either these are going to go really, really fast with people going, this is exactly what I was looking for, or they're going to sit there for a while. But you know what? That's okay. It happens. It's minor in the grand scheme of things. Oh, also, I forgot when I was ordering that when I'm ordering these jelly rolls, if I put 1 unit in the cart, they send me 1 package of jelly rolls, and a package of jelly rolls has 4 jelly rolls in it. 4. So I got to buy 4 at a time. And I saw one there, which I had last year, and it was still on sale. So, you know, $60 for a jelly roll is pretty darn good these days. And it's Christmas, and people are like, I want some Christmassy ones, and we sold out of the other ones. So I got the Hustle and Bustle ones back in, but I said I wanted 2, so now I have 8 Hustle and Bustle jelly rolls. These are actually really quite nice. And I know the closer it gets to Christmas, the more you'll all panic and be like, oh, thank God. Enough with the jelly rolls, Andrea. Oh, look, I found them other patterns. Yeah, see, look, Villa Rosa patterns. Look at them all. Like, this is, I got lots. Like $3 a piece. Like, come on. I was happy to see this because we've actually made this quilt twice. It's hanging up at my house. I have to take it down and steal it from Ron. Hey, this one's got heavenly head. We have this fabric that is on this pattern. It's wild. Um, yeah, okay. Addison, baby, mommy loves you. And this one's called Morning Tea. I know. Clearly, I've had too much or not enough of something. So the other exciting thing in the pre-cut world, you might want to sit down. 3 people watching already know this because they were waiting for things. That was half of my day yesterday was emailing people. I didn't even get to the phone calls. That thing you wanted me to get in is now in because 3 different suppliers dropped things off on Monday. 1 or 2 dropped things off yesterday. I think Friday or Thursday we had some more stuff dropped off. It's chaos everywhere. But this time, it's the Lori Holt B dots and the jelly roll. So, charm pack, the layer cake, the jelly roll, and the fat quarter stack, which is huge, which I did not bring over. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I will tell you, I know the fat quarter shop is doing the witch pattern of Lori Holt quilt along that just started, and I did have people request it, and I only brought in enough for the people who requested it, only because when I ordered it, only one person had requested it, and I said, okay, I'll get this many just in case more people want it. And by the time it came in, they were all spoken for. So sorry. But the people who wanted it, they got it. Sometimes you got to ask and get your name in and make sure you see me write it down. I always say this. 3 new Christmas patterns. I love these. Cluck Cluck Sew, we love her stuff. It is the Christmas tree lap quilt, log cabin trees. Huh. Wow, and I just cut some other Christmassy jelly rolls that have lots of green in them too. Like, wouldn't that be nice? Yep. If you don't need a big one, you can have a little one. This is a mini. It's like 32 by 36. And just need a bunch of scraps and 6 fat 8s. That's like less than a yard of green scraps altogether. The evergreen, I really like this one. That takes a layer cake or 15 fat quarters or scraps. Art East Quilting Company. We have a bunch of their patterns. I love this design so much. So much. Also Canadian, also East Coast. So hey, we got to support our own. So I have 3 new patterns from them. It's just super cute. They're so weird. I love them. Everybody goes, oh, squirrel. Look, here's a pattern just for you. Squirrels and mushrooms. The trending quilt, I believe they did a quilt along with that last year. If that floated your boat, there you go. And just like Elizabeth Hartman in this kind of blocky style, you can use these blocks any way you want. Like, oh, Anne-Marie's got to go to work. God, that must be a bummer. I love my job. I do. It's like the best thing. This is so much fun. Like, it's wild. Have a good day, Anne-Marie. And this one. Cool treats, an otter quilt for all you otters out there. Kathy made an otter quilt using not this pattern, but using one of the Elizabeth Hartman ones that had an otter, and she did 2 parents and a little baby and made up the rest, and it was freaking adorable. So if you do see that quilt float by, yes, she bought the fabric here, and yes, we all agree we made a nice collective choice for that quilt. It's a group effort. Some of you have seen the fold and stitch wreath. They had another pattern called the sunflower topper. Yeah, cute little sunflower. If you like the 3-dimensional stuff, that's how come and see that. This one, I don't know if I only have one of these or not, but hey, it was on sale and I didn't price it. Coasters, and it even comes with them little silicone inserts. Quick gift idea. Pineapple pizzazz. Pineapple. This uses the Martelli Michelle pineapple rulers. I haven't checked. You might be able to do it without one. I've done pineapple blocks without a ruler, without paper piecing, just with nice strips. And the Seeing Double reversible throw quilts. I've done a quilt like this before. They are tremendously easy. And I got a bunch of patterns. That was 15. Okay, and that was 15. Good places to start. I know, it's already like halfway through. I hit the highlights. I also restocked 2 of the blue fireside backings that we have. A nice soft blue and a nice sort of cerulean type tealish blue that was very popular. And then I added a new blue, this lovely royal. Let's scratch and sniff here. It's like scratch and sniff, but different. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's so soft and cuddly. This looks like a sports team blue. Hockey, baseball, I don't know. One of them sports teams probably uses a blue like this. You can back your loved one's quilt with it. I think these ones came in, I think they had to go up a little bit. They might be 24 a meter, but still, when you're making a lap quilt and that's 60 inches wide, you don't have to buy a ton. The Tone on Tones came in. You could buy a whole bolt if you wanted. They're like 15-meter bolts. And as always, we do give you a deal. If you want to buy the whole bolt of something, you get 20% off whatever the retail is. I want to say, I know what I did. Yeah, the 15-meter bolts of the Tone on Tone are 150. So I basically knocked them down to $10 a meter. They're normally 12. If you just want a couple meters, it's still $12 a meter, which is still a great price. But if you want a whole bolt, I have more than this 3. That one, though, somebody's waiting for that one. If you were one of the people waiting for the Tone on Tones with the little light designs, they're in. Somebody wanted blanket binding, bias binding. Oh, hey, the mailman. I've got mail. I get mail here. Somebody wanted the satin blanket binding. I have to phone you. Restocked some rulers. Lots of restocking. And requests. Did you know you can request me to order in stuff? And if I can get it in, I will just plunk it in the next order. Somebody, can you get these 1-inch by 6-inch rulers? Because these are the cutest things ever. If you just need a little ruler like next to you. I normally like my Olfa 1 1/4 by 12. But this is cute. I would worry about losing it. You could probably hang it on a chain around your neck or something. Stick it in your pocket. But that is a cute little ruler for like cute. It's handy. If you like little things, you know. 60-millimeter rotary cutters are back in stock, as well as the replacement blades. And the reason you would use a 60-millimeter one is when you're doing a lot of long cuts and a lot of cuts through layers. That's what the bigger blade is good for. It's less tiring. One of the guilds I'm in did a sashiko workshop, which I've talked about before. I have some stencils. I have a little book I think I showed you last week. And I have 2 very nice books about sashiko. Price? I don't know. It's in the system somewhere. And I have some one-offs. I have a giant dahlia template set at a good price. It's got the templates. If you wanted to do one of these, I only have one. If you're interested, message me. I don't want to promise what price it is, but it's really good. One pattern of the So Scrappy spools. Why did I only order one of these? I don't know, but I've got one. Lori Hope sold So Scrappy spools. That one. An essential circle tool. I believe this one is $30, but it's for tracing out circles on anything, for patterns, for quilting, it's an essential circle tool. If you draw a lot of circles and don't want to keep running to the kitchen for different size plates. Not that I would ever do anything like that. 10-inch square pre-cut companion if you like working with layer cakes and you love Jenny Doan. I have got the book for you. Have we got a book for you? Like show, but different. And I'm not a tomato. 18 by 2.5. Now I had a 3-inch by 18 ruler for the longest time, but I am happy to see they now make a 2.5. It is the Omni Grip, so it has the bright green, which sometimes is hard to see, but hey, 2.5, you work with a lot of 2.5-inch strips. Very handy. Or you want to make a bunch. What's this one? 26 bucks, not too bad. That'll go in your stocking. Jeez. Got some other things in here. I'm probably not going to get to everything. Sometimes I order stuff in just to sort of complete the selection, but I know people are just going to look at this and go, oh my God, this is insane. English paper piecing. Yeah, I got in some missing sizes from like the 1.5s. They're back in. I think that's a popular size. And this side is the 1/2 inch. The 1/2 inch along one side, paper piecing hexagons. Look at that. I know maybe 2 people are going to be interested in these, but that's okay. Hi, Sherry. How you doing? North Lake. The tone on tone is $12 a meter. Yes. And unfortunately, I don't have images on the website, but we will be fixing that because that is a really good deal. But it's like the traditional printed on the decent kind of mostly white muslin. The only complaints I've ever heard about it is it's not a bright white muslin. So yeah, tone on tone's muslin. And I did get in. I have set these aside for the person who wanted them, but I've got in some extra, I think these are around 15, 16, 17, depending. The It's So Emma paper piecing pads. The 4-inch block ones. Like, look at, these are tiny. Jenna's going to convert everyone to a love of EPP, and we will get her to do a class. We know my eyes are bad and my hands are bad. So if you're interested in an EPP class, Jenna will show you, and we'll work something out as to when we can have that. Not before mid-November. Possibly in the new year, maybe. Jenna and I got to talk about it. So yeah, paper piecing, different kind of piecing. So these are in. I love these. And the 12-inch vintage sunburst. This one, they give, like, it's 1/4 of the block, and you need 4 pieces to do the whole 12-inch block. I don't know why I didn't reorder more of the bigger sizes. Guess I'm doing that next order. I know. And I don't know what, I just got done saying I like to have a nice selection of one of everything in a particular line. And I recently realized I didn't have the Olfa frosted 6.5. Yeah, Olfa has a nice line of frosted rulers, and it's not a huge line, but it's, you know, a nice collection of essential rulers. And for some reason I didn't have the 6.5. Now I do. I know. This one I didn't even open. Oh, this is more of the 1x12s. So one of the other things that I did, this is the ADHD kicking in, is I'll order a bunch of stuff from one company and maybe it's back ordered. So common things like this 1x12 that I said I really love, which I do love, and it's a great seller. I ordered a bunch from one company, forgot I ordered it. Maybe it was back ordered. I can't even remember anymore. So I ordered more from another company because I ran the inventory report again like 2 weeks later. I was like, oh my God, we're out of these. Forgot I had it in my cart over here, put more in my cart over there. Now I am stocked up for well into the new year, but that's fine because they're inexpensive and they don't take up a lot of space. It's less funny for me when I do that on something like batting, which the batting sale is over. I'm sorry you missed it, but I will have something for you if you like the poly down stuff. I'm finishing up here, don't worry. I don't have all of these priced yet, but I did get in more quilting stencils because y'all love them. I promise I will show you how to use these one day because you can use these for machine quilting and hand quilting and all kinds of other things. But look at this stipple. This is another one of the, oh, I didn't realize how tiny this was when I ordered it. But that's more like a micro stippling, and bless your heart if you go and follow this. I'm gonna try it probably just for giggles, but it's got little hearts in there. Do that 3 or 4 times, you'll be really good at stippling, I swear. A nice dragonfly motif. If you're really good at like a meander or loopies and something, you could do that. You could just mark a bunch of these on and then meander and loopy all the way to the next one. Nobody's going to tell that you mark these on your quilt because those marks are going to be gone when you hand that quilt off to the recipient. And they're going, oh, what a beautiful job. You did those dragonflies? Yes, yes, you did. It's not cheating. I said so. A bigger heart stipple. These are all really inexpensive. I don't have the prices in front of me, but they're anywhere from like $3 to $8, which is nothing for a stencil. Oh, this was a good one. Mom's going to like this one. Crazy quilt. Just trace that design onto your backing paper or your backing fabric like muslin or ugly fabric that you don't like, and assemble your crazy quilt block on this with like a sew and flip technique that we also use for quilt as you go. Yeah, that's pretty handy. Don't need to buy a ruler. You can just buy a stencil. Oh, boys, I was on a meander kick. This one's Stars and Moons. Woo, isn't that pretty? It's tiny, but it's pretty. Butterfly border. Also, you could just take one butterfly and scatter it all over your quilt and just meander or loop to the motifs. Like this one, where it has done it for you. These are a really good way to learn. So it's got a little bent, but that's okay. Yeah. And template plastic. It's boring, but it's back in stock because you might need template plastic when the pattern has a template that they want you to trace, or buy their ruler and you don't know if you want to buy their ruler. You can use something like this template plastic to trace it, and then cut that template out, and then you actually mark it on the fabric and you cut out the marked lines, because if you try to rotary cut around this, you will rotary right through it and dull your blade to boot. Yeah, it's the same kind of plastic that they make this out of. So you could even cut your own stencils if you really, really wanted. And that's all I have for you today. Whew! It's a lot. I'm a lot. The world is a lot. I did have some, I didn't know if I was going to write about this in the newsletter or mention it, but I love you guys so much. And you love me too, because somebody was in the other day telling me they'd just come from the podiatrist. So they wanted to know, was I wearing good shoes and is the floor concrete? And I really have to start taking care of my feet, because she was giving me advice on from her podiatrist for me. So, you know, I could have nice, healthy feet. And after she left, the next customer had this look on her face like, the nerve of that lady. I'm like, it's fine. People want me to take care of myself because they love me and they love that I'm doing this, and they want me to keep doing it. Yeah, you're concerned. You love me. You want me to be healthy. I want you to be healthy. That's why I give you tips. You give me tips. It's a loving symbiotic friendship, really, is what it is. So I thought that was great. I love it when people I love it when people treat me like I'm one of their kids, really, is what it comes down to. Like I'm your favorite niece, grandkid, one of your kids, best friend. I'm there for you. I'm there for you. And yeah, somebody else was in, and she was saying she loves how optimistic I am and how cheery my newsletters are. She reads every word. She doesn't get in that often, but she's like, every time it hits her inbox, it's like a little visit for me. If that isn't motivation, I don't know what is. But she said it's just really hard sometimes to be that optimistic person, and sometimes we do need breaks. We do. Sometimes stuff's just really tough. Not just like personal stuff, but news and everything, and you just kind of get away. And then I was thinking, you know what? I haven't sewn a bit for a while, so I think today I will make some time to quilt a bit, and then I know I will feel better, because that's how I recharge. I hope so. Sewing and quilting is that way for you. That's why I emphasize so strongly that I want you to enjoy it because I know how much of a recharge it is for me. It's like the calm down moment. It's like, don't cry, Andrea, because this lady was really nice. Um, so yeah, so do something nice for yourself. And I know the word self care is out there a lot, but it really is about stuff to keep yourself going because you can't fill somebody else's cup if yours is empty. So do what you need to do to refill that cup. I told this lady that I go visit my grandkids and get my hug meter refilled. That's what I tell them. And I think I need to go visit my grandkids and get my hug meter refilled super soon. Because that's the two things that do it for me. So you do what does it for you. Um, Hug your loved ones. Try to find one, two, three things. If it's a down day for me, I know I started on a high. Ending, I hope not on a low because I want you to feel love. Three things to find grateful for the end of the day, even if it's a really hard day. And my go tos are I've got a roof over my head, I have running water, and the running water is hot. It's simple, but there were times where some of that was a bit sketchy. So I absolutely appreciate it when I can open a tap and there's not only water coming out, it's hot. Seems like a simple thing, but there you go. And husbands, grateful. She told me she was grateful for that. And I'm like, you got to leave or I'm going to cry. Yeah. Anyway, I'm really grateful for you because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have the best job ever. Seriously. So pretend I'm giving you this big squishy hug and go off and start your day. And I hope it's with a smile. Alrighty? I will catch you later. I know I'm all over the place. I got to find what I was doing. Graphics, design. I'm all over the place. Yeah, just trying to show my appreciation. It's got to be more love in the world and less not love, you know? So thanks for watching. I'm hitting the button now. Don't forget to shop our sales.